Hi and welcome to this tutorial where I'm going to show you how to use the social embed widget with the plus add-ons for Elementor. With this widget, you'll be able to embed your social media posts and social media feeds directly onto your web page without the need of any authentication. Simply select your social media platform, the type of content and feed you want to display, and that's it. And this widget will work with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Vimeo. I'm Dave, and I'm bringing you this guest tutorial on behalf of the Plus add-ons for Elementor, and make sure to subscribe to their channel so that way you won't miss a single update. Okay, so let's dive right into it. Okay, so the very first thing is to make sure that our widget is activated. And for this, we're going to go to the Plus settings, Plus widgets. In the search box, type in social. Next to our social embed widget, we have a toggle switch. Make sure this one is switched on. Click save. And now we're going to clear the cache. Go to performance, purge all cache, click OK, and that's it. And now that our widget is activated, we can insert it in an Elementor page. So where do you find it? Very simply scroll down all the elements here and you find the Plus Essentials. If you keep scrolling down, you'll have social embed right here. So this is our widget. Or you can go into the search box, type in social, and we have the social embed again right here. So let's add a bit of content on our page and let's have two separate columns. And now we can insert our social embed widget. So let's simply drag and drop it. Okay, so our first section here is the embed options. So basically from here, you will select which social media platform you want to embed, which social media platform you want to insert on your page. So you can select among 5 different of them. So we have Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, Instagram, and YouTube. So if you select Facebook, all the following options here will be related to Facebook. If you select Twitter, all the following options will be related to Twitter, and so on. So let's start with Facebook now. Okay, so let's have a look at our Facebook options here. So from here, you can select the type of content you want to display from your Facebook account. So you can select all these options here. So you have comments, post, videos, page, and like, save, or share button. So let's go with the first one. Let's discover comments first. And then from here, you can insert a link to the comment URL. So let me show you how you can get this link. So if you select any comment you have on one of your posts, simply hover on top of the date, just like this. Right click on it, copy link, and then simply paste it here. So this is our comment, as you can see. And if you go into Facebook options, you can even display the parent comment, just like that. So you can have the whole thread basically. And then if you go back to this section in the options, you see you can select view comments or add comments. So view comments, that's what we've done here, to display any comments you want. But we can also have the option to add comments directly from our page. But for this, you will require an app ID. So if you don't have one already, let me show you how you create an app ID. And for this, simply create on this link here, create app ID. It will open up a new window for you. Click on create app, select none, continue. And from here, just give it a name. So maybe social feed widget. Make sure your contact email address is correct. Here you don't put anything and just click create app, enter your password and then click submit. And from this page on top here, you can see we have displayed our app ID. So if you hover on top of this, you can see you can just simply click on it to copy it. And then we can paste it in our app ID field, just like that. And then you can define which target URL you want to use. So you can put any URL here. So it could be your own website. So you can just right click, copy, and then paste it here. Or you can have the current page. So basically this is your page on which the visitors will be. And then you can either use a plain permalink or a pretty permalink. So let me show you what it looks like basically. If you click update and then preview, this is our page. And as you can see, now we can comment on this page right here immediately. So now if I was to type a comment and then post, and then if I hover on top of the date and right click the link, copy link, if I paste it here, you will see what it looks like. So we have plus addons, mrwebreview.com/social embed widget, and then the Facebook ID. So this is basically a plain permalink. Now let me show you what it looks like if we select a pretty permalink. Okay, so back to our page. I've refreshed now. So this is our comment. So let's pause this. And then if we hover on the date, right click, copy link. And if I paste it here, you can see we only have the beginning of the web address, but we don't have the following trail. It's immediately the Facebook ID. And this is basically what a pretty permalink looks like. And this will apply throughout the whole tutorial. And each and every time we have the options that apply to it. So in this case, we have the comment count. So you can define how many comments you want to display and how do you want to order them, by social, by reverse time, or by time. So the next type of content that we can display is posts. And for this, we need to fetch the URL. So go to your Facebook account, select on any post you want to share. And as you can see in the address bar, this is the one basically. So you copy this and then paste it here, just like that. Now we have our post. And then if you go into our options, you can show the text or not. So if you click yes, you can see you have all the details here underneath. And then our next type of content is video. So again, you need to insert a URL here. And for this, you go to your Facebook page and then select the video you want to display. And then simply click on it. And then you can select the URL here. Just select it, copy, and then paste it right here. And then we have a few options as well. So do you want to allow full screen? Yes or no. Do you want to allow autoplay when they load the page? So it will play automatically, as you can see now. And do you want to allow captions or not? Okay, so our next item is page. And then you have to insert your page URL. So basically go to your page and then highlight the URL, copy, and then paste right here. So this is what we have at the moment. And then we have a few options as well. So what type of content from your page do you want to display? Do you want to display elements from your timeline like we have at the moment? Do you want to display events? So we don't have any events recorded at the moment, but if you had any, they would display here immediately. Or do you want to have access to your messages? So do you want everyone to be able to post a message directly to your page from this location? And then we have those 4 options here. So let's start from the bottom. So do you want to enable the custom call to action button? So as you can see, when this is enabled, you have like page and share. If you disable this, you have like page and contact us. So this is your custom call to action button, is the share one, the one that's on your page. And then we have show friends faces. So if you enable this, let me show you here immediately from the Facebook for Developers page. It will look something like this. So you'll have your header, your buttons underneath, and just below that you'll have a sequence of pictures related to your friends. So these are all your friends' faces. And then you can decide whether or not you want to display the cover photo. So basically, if you do this, as you can see, our background picture now has been added. So this is our cover photo. And then you can decide if you want to display a small header. So basically at the moment, you can see we have the top header and the bottom half, which contains our buttons. But if you wanted to have a small header, as you can see now, it's more compact and it is taking less space. And you can combine both. If you wanted to have a small header with cover photo, you can do that as well. Or you can just have the cover photo with the regular size header. So next content you can insert is a like button. And with the like button is the same as the previous item. You can select the current page or you can select a custom page. If it's the current page, you can decide whether or not you want the URL format to be plain permalink or pretty permalink. So we've covered that already. And if you want to display a custom URL, simply go to your Facebook page, highlight the URL itself, copy it, and then paste it here. And then we have a few options. So you decide which size you want it to be, small or large. What type, is it like or recommend? And then what type of layout? So standard will be a button with some text next to it. Do you want just the button on its own? Do you want the button and count or box count? And then you can decide whether you want to add a share button and faces as well. So let me show you what this looks like. So if we have a quick preview, and as you can see, if I click on recommend or like is the same, you'll be invited to like or recommend this page. And with the share button is the same, and then you can share it either on your timeline, in a group, etc., etc. And then our next two options are roughly the same, basically save and share. So let's discover them. So basically for save button, if you put the URL you want to save right here, if you go and look at what it looks like, that's basically what it is. And then you can save to Facebook. And then the only options that apply to this one is the size, whether you want it to be a small or a large button. And then we have share button. So put in your URL here of the URL you want to share. And then our options are again the size of the button, large or small, and what type of layout button, button with count or box count. And again, if we have a quick look at what it looks like, you'll end up with a share button on your page with the count. And if you click on it, you'll be able to share this page. Now with every of those type of contents, you'll have a certain level of customization and styling options. So if you're going to style for each one of them, you'll be able to change a few different things. So for instance, if you decide to embed comments like this, you'll have access to these different options. So we can change the background color, for instance. So maybe we can make it white. And then you can add a border if you wanted to as well. So let's select solid border. Let's make it 1 pixel in thickness. So let's select a blue, a Facebook blue maybe, and then we can even add a border radius. So instead of having sharp edges, you can round them. So maybe 25 pixels, and then you can even add a box shadow if you wanted to. And then you can set these for normal and hover mode. So you can have different sets of settings here, which means that if you hover on top, you'll have a nice effect as well. Very good. So our next one is Twitter. So let's discover our Twitter options. So the first is embed type. So the first one is tweets embed. So as you can see, we are embedding tweets. And as you can see at the moment, we only have one tweet, but you can add as many as you want by clicking add item. So let me show you how to create one. So it's pretty simple actually. You just put the tweet URL here. So if you go onto the page you want to share, the tweet you want to share, click on the tweet itself. In the address bar, select the URL, copy, and then paste it right here. So just like that. And as you can see, we have that tweet displaying now. And then we have a few options as well. So you can decide whether you want to display in dark mode or if you want to disable the media altogether. And you can disable the conversation as well. So the next type of content is the timelines embed. And what do you want to show from the timeline? Do you want to show the profile timeline, the likes timeline, or list and collection? So let's have a look at each option. So you put the username here that you want to display. So you can select grid or linear style. So let's go with linear maybe. And if it's linear, you have a few options as well. So you can decide the max height. So maybe in pixels. So let's make it 540 for now. And you can decide whether you want to display in dark mode or not. And you can even change the color of the separator here. So let's make it maybe a bright green. Just it's easy for us to spot. So as you can see, each and every time you're going to scroll, you're going to see this vibrant green color. So this is our separator. And now if we select grid instead, as you can see, it's displaying the tweets in their full height. And then the same applies if we select likes timeline. So basically these are all the likes they received. And then we have list timeline and collection. So both of these are very similar. So let's discover one, and basically this will apply to both of them. And for this, we need to insert the list URL. So how do you get a list URL and how do you create a list if you don't have one yet? So let me show you how to create a list and a collection. So from here, simply click on this link here, create list, and you will open tweetdesktwitter.com. And from the sidebar here, you have a plus, click on this. And from here, you can create a list or a collection. And once you've created your list and collection, as you've seen, I've created a test list and test collection. To get the ID, simply click on this icon here, and this works for both of them. And then click on share and then embed timeline. And now if you scroll back up, all this URL is the one you need to copy. So copy, Control C, and then we are going to paste it here, Control V. And this is the content of our list. And then we can do the same for our collection. Click on share, embed collection, scroll back up, select the URL, Control C, and then instead of list timeline, we select collection. And then we can paste our URL right here. And this is our test collection. And then our next embed options is Vimeo. So Vimeo basically is a sharing platform for videos. And to embed a Vimeo video, all you have to do is to put the ID right here. So basically, if you go on Vimeo, select any video you like, click on it. And then as you can see right on top, you have a number here. So this is the ID basically. So highlight this, copy, and then paste it here. And there you go. And then we can select some Vimeo options as well. So maybe you want it to autoplay when someone lands on your page, and you want the video to be muted, and maybe to loop as well when they reach the end. And maybe you want the video to start at a certain time as well. So maybe you can put, for instance, 0 minute and 11 seconds, just like this. And then it will always start at the same point. And then we have a few extra options. So basically you can define the width. So maybe let's make it a bit larger and then increase the height maybe slightly. So as you can see, this is a bit bigger. And then we have a few styling options as well. So as usual, you can add a border and a box shadow, and you can even change the color of the background. Okay, so the next embed option is Instagram. So let's have a look at our different options. So you can decide what you want to display. So post, reels, or Instagram TV. So let's have a look at post. So basically here you need to put your Instagram ID. And for this, we're going to go to Instagram. So let's say you wanted to share this post here. So click on the comment section and you can see in your URL, this is your ID. So just copy this and then we're going to paste it here. And as you can see, it is now displaying on our page. And you can also disable captions if you wanted to. So if you enable this, all this section will be hidden now. And as you can see, this is now gone. And we have a few styling options as well as usual. So you can add a border, a box shadow, and you can change the background color. And then we have Instagram Reels. And for this again, we need to fetch an ID. So you go to any account, go to Reels, click on the one you want to display. And as you can see, the ID is right here on top. So right click on it, copy, and let's paste it here. And now it is displaying the Instagram Reel on our page. And then we can also display an IGTV. And then again, we need to insert an Instagram ID. So we go back to Instagram, we select IGTV. So click on any of those items. And as you can see, now we have the ID right here in the URL. So highlight this, right click, copy, let's paste it. And as you can see, now our IGTV feed is displaying on our page. So let's have a look at our next embed option, which is YouTube. So let's have a look at our options. So we can display a single video, a playlist, or a user's video. So let's go with the single video for now. So basically for this, you need to add a video ID. And for this, if you go to any channel, select a video, open it. And then in the address bar, you will find the ID. So right click on it, copy, and then paste it right here. And now we have our new video. And with YouTube, you can select a few options. For instance, you can have it in autoplay. Once someone lands on your page, you can have it muted. And maybe you want it to loop as well. And then you can have a specific segment of your video playing. So maybe you want it to start maybe at 60 seconds and stop at 90 seconds. And then you can select the language as well. And then with those extra options. So basically here you can define the width and the height of your section. And finally, just like with the other social media platforms, you can add a border, a box shadow, and change the background color as well. So there you go. This is how you can implement the social embed widget on your website. And you will agree that it does add a lot of interest to your web pages. If you have any questions, please post this comment in the section below. Again, my name is Dave, and it was a real pleasure to present this tutorial on behalf of the Plus add-ons for Elementor. And make sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out when new videos are being uploaded. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.